кол коюлган Ош шаары менен Сиань шаарынын ортосундагы бордоштук мамилелерди орнотуу тууралуу меморандум менен мэр Талайбек Сарыбашев жана мэр Ли Мюань алмашышат.
Mayor Li Mingyuan and Salibaf Mayor will exchange their MOU on the sister city.
Кол коюлган Ош шаары менен Фошань шаарынын ортосундагы бордоштук мамилелерди орнотуу тууралуу макулдашуу менен мэр Талайбек Сарыбашев жана катчы Лу И алмашышат.
Secretary Lu Yi and Mayor of Salibaf will exchange a sister city agreement with Foshan.
Кол коюлган Ош шаары менен Шизянжуан шаарынын ортосундагы бордоштук мамилелерди орнотуу тууралуу меморандум менен мэр Талайбек Сарыбашев жана вице-мэр Ли Сюэнжунь алмашышат.
Li Xuerong and Salibaf Mayor exchanged their MOU on establishing sister cities with Shijiazhuang.
Кыргыз Республикасынын президенти Сооронбай Жeenбеков жана Кытай Эл Республикасынын төрагасы Си Цзиньпин ар тараптуу стратегиялык өнөктөшүк мамилелерди андан ары тереңдетүү жөнүндө биргелешкен билдирүүгө кол коюшат.
Finally, President Xi Jinping and President Jeenbekov will sign an MOU on deepening our strategic comprehensive partnership.
The Chinese President Xi Jinping and his Kyrgyz counterpart, Sooronbay Jeenbekov, is now signing the comprehensive strategic partnership agreement between the two countries, echoing President Xi Jinping's earlier remarks of pushing bilateral ties to a higher level. This is Xi's second state visit to Kyrgyzstan since he took office as president in March 2013.
Ушу менен алмашуу аземи аяктады. Кыргыз Республикасынын президентине Сооронбай Жeenбековго жана Кытай Республикасынын төрагасына Си Цзиньпинге терең ыраазычылык билдиребиз.
Kyrgyzstan is the first stop of Xi's two-country Central Asia trip.
Кыргыз Республикасы менен Кытай Эл Республикасынын ортосундагы ар тараптуу стратегиялык өнөктөштүктү бекемдөөгө кошкон зор салымы үчүн Кытай Эл Республикасынын төрагасы Си Цзиньпин биринчи даражадагы Манас ордени менен сыйлансын. Кыргыз Республикасынын президенти Сооронбай Жeenбеков
Order of Munus, Kyrgyzstan's highest state order.
President Xi Jinping has made great contributions to the establishment of the comprehensive strategic partnership with Kyrgyzstan, so now we will award him with the first-class Manas medal.
The Order of Munus is Kyrgyzstan's highest award. It was introduced by President Ashgar Akayev in 1996. The order is ranked in 3 degrees and is awarded to people who have made outstanding contributions to Kyrgyzstan. In 2017, Russian President Vladimir Putin was awarded with this award and was for his role in strengthening relations between the two countries. And now President Xi Jinping is getting this honorable award as well.
Distinguished Minister Xi Jinping, welcome to our country. For me, this is a huge honor because granting you the highest state honor in Kyrgyzstan, the first class Order of Manas, that is also a pleasure on me. This order comes from our land and is the highest state honor. We could fairly say that you have made great contributions to our comprehensive strategic partnership. We really want to thank you for your long-term support and contributions. Now, we are meeting here with our Chinese delegates. Your visit to Kyrgyzstan is a historical moment for us. So distinguished representatives, delegates, and media friends, ladies and gentlemen, today we have a very tight schedule. But we have sound proof about mutual trust between the two sides. Under the tight schedule, we have exchanged ideas about cooperation in many fields. We share similar standing and positions. We both supported the Belt and Road Initiative, and we have a long-standing friendship in history between our two nations. And in the meantime, in the future, we are dedicated to further bringing our comprehensive strategic partnership forward. Now we are making attempts to develop such a bilateral relationship, particularly by working on some major projects. We have already set some prioritized fields and directions. In order to deepen our comprehensive strategic partnership between us, we have mutual trust and mutual respect. We pay high attention to some already existent projects, and most importantly, the infrastructure projects. We also pay attention to the development of the human resources. China is a great neighbor. We have our due respect to China as a great nation, and we also follow closely on economic and trade partnership because, after all, trading development is an integral part of our economy. Now, with Uzbekistan and Tajikistan and other major countries, Kyrgyzstan has some partnered projects in the fields like infrastructure and energy resources. Also, it involves the fields like social reform. With rounds of negotiations, we signed a series of documents and agreements in the fields of such as security, infrastructure, and education. We sincerely welcome our Chinese investors to come and invest in Kyrgyzstan. We have established a very good city-to-city partnership already with China, and one key part of our job is to sign such a joint statement. As you have seen, such a statement is a full representation of the efficiency and results we have made, so we have truly made some key breakthroughs in our bilateral relationship. Ladies and gentlemen, in Kyrgyzstan, we firmly support the Belt and Road Initiative proposed by President Xi Jinping. China is a friendly neighbor to Kyrgyzstan and also a reliable partner. Sincere thanks to President Xi Jinping for your attention to Kyrgyzstan's economic growth. I also would love to extend my gratitude to the Chinese delegates for your support over the years. Because of such support in many fields in Kyrgyzstan, we could generate such good results. So thank you everyone, ladies and gentlemen. And also, repeatedly, I would want to thank President Xi Jinping on my personal behalf. Because of his personal contribution, we have gone so far. Distinguished President Jeenbekov, and dear media friends, ladies and gentlemen, hello everyone. It's truly a pleasure to meet you here. This is my second visit to Kyrgyzstan. I have seen such friendly exchanges between us on repeated occasions. We are dedicated to promoting our bilateral relationship towards comprehensive strategic partnership. We have reached extensive consensus. During our exchanges just now, we have reviewed our history of diplomatic ties between the two nations. We enjoyed a splendid history of friendship, and we come to agree that the bilateral relationship between China and Kyrgyzstan has undergone the transformations of the international community. We have leapfrogged in our bilateral relationship, and now we have put in place such a good relationship featuring mutual benefits, win-win cooperation, and equal standing. This could be said as a typical example of nations' relationship. With President Jeenbekov, we have signed a series of agreements and a statement on deepening the comprehensive strategic partnership between China and Kyrgyzstan. We have pictured a new blueprint for our future relationship. So standing at a new historical point, the two sides will dive into further boosting our political mutual trust, deepening mutually beneficial cooperation, and facilitating the comprehensive strategic partnership with renewed fruits in order to bring more tangible benefits to the people in two nations. President Jeenbekov awarded me the Order of Manas First Class. That is a full manifestation that the Kyrgyzstan people have good faith and friendly relations and feelings towards the Chinese people. And to that end, I really treasure that friendship. And together with Kyrgyzstan President, I will join hands with him to further deepen our traditional friendship in the future and promote such a comprehensive strategic partnership between China and Kyrgyzstan with new results, and to benefit wider population in the two nations. For implementing the Belt and Road Initiative, we have proposed some new objectives and tasks. Between China and Kyrgyzstan, we signed a series of MOUs and agreements to align our development strategies. We will have synergy development at the policy level and also bring about new highlights out of our cooperation. We will also extend our cooperation in the field of economy and trade. China will import more green agricultural products from Kyrgyzstan in the future. And also, we welcome the Kyrgyzstan enterprises to be actively involved in the CIIE Expo in China.
将继续帮助吉尔吉斯斯坦发展经
China
济，
will further support Kyrgyzstan
从西
to
方到
develop
实
its
施
economy
更多
and
惠及吉
by
尔吉
working
斯斯坦
together,
人民的重大项目。
we will develop some major projects that will be beneficial to the Kyrgyzstan people. We will also deepen our people-to-people and cultural exchange and
文物保护、
cooperate more closer
联合
on
考
the fields of tourism, the archaeology and education, and also
后质量
among the
友
localities.
好的民意基础。
We want to build a good basis
我们一致认为
among the grassroots population.
恐怖主义是人
We
类社
also
会的公
agree
敌，
that terrorism is the common threat and enemy for mankind. For China and Kyrgyzstan and the people at large in the world, that is a common
中
threat.
方一贯反对
China has always
任
been
何形式的
opposing
恐怖主义，
any form of terrorism,
愿同
and
吉尔吉
China
斯斯坦
stands
加
ready
强
to
反恐
partner
安
with
全合作
Kyrgyzstan in the field of
合力打击
anti-terrorism.
三股
We
势
will
力
fight against
维护
several
两国及地
terrorism
区
attacks
和平稳
to
定。
safeguard peace and stability in our region.
我们还就上海合作组织未来发展
As to the future development of SCO, we exchanged our opinions as well.
担任上海合作组织
Kyrgyzstan,
轮值主席国以来，
as the rotating presidency
积极
of the
履职
SCO,
尽责，
has been honoring its
卓有
commitments
成效，
with
中方对
laborious
此
efforts
高度评价，
and good efficiency. And China has very good comments of that
取得
achievements.
圆满成功。
Because of your support, our SCO summit could be a complete success.
希望
Finally,
广大新闻界的朋友
I
们
do hope that our media friends would cover the good neighborliness between China and Kyrgyzstan. And for the results of our cooperation, I would love to invite you to spread the stories to the world as a whole. Thank you.
All right, what we just witnessed were a series of activities by visiting Chinese President Xi Jinping and also Kyrgyz President. Now, first of all, the signing ceremony overseen by the two presidents on road network and clean drinking water, and also sister city agreements between several cities in both countries. And more importantly, the two presidents signed comprehensive strategic partnership agreement at the end of signing ceremony. And after that, President of Kyrgyzstan awarded President Xi the Order of Munus Award for his outstanding contributions on bilateral relations. And after that, they made a speech. Both leaders hailed the high degree of political mutual trust and also respect between the two countries. And President Xi also mentioned new objectives have been raised on BRI cooperation, and also he also mentioned active connection will be made between BRI and also Kyrgyzstan's own development strategy. And in the end, he mentioned terrorism is a common threat to all humankind in the whole world, and China will firmly fight against it together with Kyrgyzstan. All right, for more updates, we'll stay tuned with CGT, and we'll give you more live signals, more live coverages on the activities of President Xi Jinping's visit to Kyrgyzstan, and also on the SCO that's coming up after that. Now, the order we just mentioned. President of Kyrgyzstan just awarded President Xi Jinping of the Order of Munus, which is a high state honor in Kyrgyzstan that was introduced by President Ashgar Akayev in 1996. The order is ranked into 3 degrees and is awarded to people who have made outstanding contributions to Kyrgyzstan. In 2017, Russian President Vladimir Putin was awarded the 1st degree of the Munus Order for his role in strengthening relations between the two countries. All right, now let's go to our studio guest Wang Peng Wang Yiwei once again for more insight into this let's first we'll talk about this award of the Order of Munus Award for President Xi Jinping given by the President of Kyrgyzstan. Is it just ceremonial?
Of course, it's a symbol, but go beyond that. I think the highlights of relations between Kyrgyzstan and China, and also particularly for the President Xi Jinping's contribution to the relationship, because President Xi put forward the Belt Road Initiative. We now is building the road to connect China, Kyrgyzstan, and then Uzbekistan. In the future, maybe if we have the railway, and then extend to Iran, and then to Azerbaijan. So this is one of the key projects of the China, Central Asia, and the Western Asians economic corridor. And because Kyrgyzstan and all other Central Asian countries, they are landlocked countries. So today's trade, 90% through the sea. So landlocked countries, relatively poor, and also they have less people but a large space. So need to build more infrastructure. So Kyrgyzstan and other Central Asian countries want to share the experience of the Chinese open reform, that if we want to get rich, build the road. If we want to get rich quickly, build the motor road. So infrastructure building, that's very important. And also turn the advantage of the economy that flow the resources and to other places, and electricity, and UHV, and also now focus even for the digital. So all kinds of these contribute the economic growth and bridge the gap between landlocked and coastal areas.
Apart from the comprehensive, very important comprehensive strategic partnership, which is a sign of level up of bilateral relations between China and Kyrgyzstan, the agreement signed before that covers road network, clean drinking water, apart from those sister city agreements, of course. And in their speech, infrastructure and energy resource were heavily mentioned as well. Do you see the potential beyond that, beyond infrastructure and energy sources, especially in terms of BRI cooperation?
Well, of course, infrastructure building is the pre-stage of the modernization. Attract more Chinese investment, and for the huge investment on the infrastructure, which takes maybe several years, even decades over the years. So we need to learn more about the local language and culture and all kinds of traditions, even religions. So I think that's very important. So city and the city connections, I think, will be more highlighted in relations between us, because the city, more the people live in the city, and the city also enjoy more earlier stage from the digital globalization, from the trade, people-to-people connections. I think.
Do you see the need to change that trend, to change that structure of bilateral relations between China, not only with Kyrgyzstan, but with all Central Asian countries? Because at the moment, the main import from China to the Central Asian countries, import from China, is very energy reliant. We mainly import gas and oil from Central Asian countries, and as of export from China to Central Asian countries heavily relies on the low value added products. 35% of the export from Central Asian countries to China, from China to Central Asian countries are of that sort. Do you see the need to improve that structure?
Definitely. If we just rely on the oil and gas, that's because the price, also unstable, and also because use the U.S. dollar to count, and that's also not so stable for the economic growth. So now we should turn on the natural resources into the energy of industrialization. So synergies of the strategies, be it bilateral and multilaterally, more focused on international capacity cooperation. I think that's the new stage of the cooperations, and Chinese investment in the Kyrgyzstan and other Central Asian countries, and build more factories, let more people have jobs, and then build the, as I say, the clean water systems to lift the poverty. I think that's very important, which also highlighted in the second Belt Road Forum, which contribute to the United Nations Sustainable Development of 2030 to reach the 17 goals of in those countries. I think that's very important. That's the reason I think the United Nations, for the first time, endorsed the Belt Road Initiative and the Committee of the Shared Future in the Afghanistan, because Afghanistan is also observer of the SCO.
Right.
Now, the SCO summit also talk about the Afghanistan security corridor and the process.
All right, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you very much, Professor Wang Yue from Renmin University. With that, we come to the end of this edition of The World Today on CGTN. I'm Li Dongning, Beijing. Thanks for watching.